صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
The subject, the issue that I want to speak about is tafsir number 4. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, before he was born, even before he was placed in the womb of Sayyidah Amina, because we have came to speak about the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So I want to speak about the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The fourth tafsir is of Mahbub sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We saw your movements when you were being transported from the loins of the Anbiya, Adam alayhi salam, to Nuh alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ismail alayhi salam, Banu Kinana, Quraysh, Banu Hashim, and the family of Abdullah and Amina. Oh Mahbub, we were seeing you being transported in the wombs of the mothers. Ashikane Mustafa, machal jao. Samjho. Mahbub, we were seeing you, or we see your movements when you were moving in the loins of your fathers and in the wombs of your mothers before you were born. This is how much attention Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now you understand the maqam of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? And this tafsir is not the tafsir of Imam Ahmad Raza Khan. I'm not quoting you again. People say, we say Imam Ahmad Raza Khan, Imam Ahmad Raza Khan. Imam Ahmad Raza Khan, he championed the way of the al-Sunnah wal Jamaat. He gave us the aqidah, the way, the values, the traditions, the thoughts, the system, the belief of the Sahaba Kiram. Two students of Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas. How many? Who is Abdullah ibn Abbas? The cousin brother of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The son of Hazrat Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. His father is a Sahabi. Himself he is a Sahabi. His children are Sahaba. Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. His children are Mu'mineen. Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Two of his students, Ikrimah and Ata. How many? Two. Ikrimah and Ata. They say, our teacher, Ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he explained this hadith, this verse of Al-Quran Kareem by saying, مَا زَالَ النَّبِيُّ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ يَتَقَلَّبُ فِي أَصْلَابِ الْأَنْبِيَاءِ حَتَّى وَلَدَتْهُ أُمُّهُ. Our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was being transported. He was moving in the loins of his fathers among the prophets, inside of them, from Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, until his mother Hazrat Amina gave him birth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring to that movement. That taqallub, that intiqal, min sulbin ila sulbin, min sulbin ila rahimim, from a loin to a womb. That movement Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was looking at. This means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was choosing the loins in which the nur of Rasulullah contained. And he was choosing the wombs that carried Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. الذي يراك حين تقوم وتقلبك في الساجدين. This taqallub means ما زال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يتقلب في أصلاب الأنبياء حتى ولدته أمه. Milad manane walo waladathu. People say, where is Milad in the Quran and Hadith? Where is Mawlid in the Milad and Hadith? Where is Miladat in Milad and Hadith? This is a commentary of a Quran. Verse of Al-Quran Kareem. Tafsir Ma'soor. A transmitted evidence. A tafsir of a Sahabi. And remember this usul in usul al-tafsir. And in usul al-Hadith. If any Sahabi, he says something in which he cannot make ijtihad. If any Sahabi, he says something that is not related to the Islamic law, i.e., if he is speaking about matters of the past, if he is speaking about matters in which he cannot give individual judgment, if a Sahabi is speaking about events of the past, or if he is talking about realities, or if he is speaking about anything that he cannot understand himself, then we must say that whatever that Sahabi is saying, he took it from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Any qawl of a Sahabi, any saying of a Sahabi, which doesn't belong to any area of ijtihad, any area of fiqh, if we take it from a Sahabi, we take it as a marfu hadith. It is as if we took it from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas could not have made this up himself, could not have made ijtihad about this matter. This means he took this tafsir from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now our Ashiqan Mustafa, our celebrators of the Milad of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this call of the Sahabi is a hadith marfu of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And what is hadith marfu? ما زال النبي يتقلب في أصلاب الأنبياء حتى ولدته أمه. He was transported in the wombs, the loins of his fathers, the wombs of his mothers, until his mother gave him birth. Look, birth. Milad of Rasulullah in the Quran. Milad of Rasulullah in the Quran. In light of the saying of the Sahabi Rasul, Hazrat Ali Murtaza radiyallahu ta'ala, Imam Abu Nu'aym in his Dalail al-Nubuwah, he says, Mawla al-Muslimin, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Sayyid al-Sadat, Shaykh Khuda, Imam al-Mashariq wal-Magharib, Sayyiduna Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he says, say subhanallah. Our beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, خرجت من نكاح ولم أخرج من سفاح ملة آدم إلى أن ولدني أبي وأمي. Again ولدني, milad, wiladat, mawlid. The scholars of tafsir, in light of this verse, they present these ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Particularly Alama Alusi Baghdadi in Tafsir al-Ma'ani, Imam al-Suyuti in Tafsir al-Durr al-Mansur. These hadiths and hadiths of its meaning with various wordings. This wording is the riwayah of Sayyid Ali from Dalail al-Nubuwah of Imam Abu Nu'aym as-Fahari radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Hazrat Ali Murtaza, Mawla Mushkil Kusha radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he says, our beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, خرجت من نكاح ولم أخرج من سفاح. I was born from a valid nikah. And my fathers, my mothers never fornicated. They never fornicated. I was born from a خرجت من نكاح ولم أخرج من سفاح. I was born from a valid nikah. And I never had grandfathers that ever fornicated. Look at how much the lineage of Rasulullah was protected. Because these people were carrying the Nur Muhammadi, were carrying our beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in them, and he was being transported among them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He chose the specific people who were carrying the light of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, out of pride, out of thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he reminded his Sahaba, he told them, none of my grandfathers, none of my grandmothers ever fornicated. They were all married with a valid nikah. Milladun Adama ila an waladani abi wa ummi. From the time of Sayyidina Adam alayhi salatu wa salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He preserved my lineage. He preserved my grandmothers and grandfathers up until my mother and father. Hazrat Abdullah radiyallahu ta'ala and Sayyida Amina radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserved my lineage. Preserved so much, none of them ever fornicated. Every one of them was married. Why? Because they had to transport Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Because they were carrying Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was moving in them. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserved them. Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, A similar hadith he gives, also a riwayah of Abu Nu'aym Asfahani in his Dalail al-Nubuwah. Imam al-Suyuti in al-Khasa'is al-Kubra. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Imam al-Mufassirin. The teacher of the Sahaba al-Kiram. You want to know how Abdullah ibn Abbas became a scholar of tafsir? He stayed at the home of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam one night, wanting to see how Rasulullah spends his nights. This is in Shama'il al-Tirmidhi. He spent his night in the home of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wanting to see the night sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam divided his night into portions. Time for his family, time for ibadah, and time for rest. So he stayed at the home of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the morning. When our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam rose off his bed, Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, he brought some wudu water for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Our beloved Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam was so pleased that Abdullah ibn Abbas was doing his khidmat, was serving him. When he presented the water of wudu, our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam performed his wudu. And then he put Abdullah ibn Abbas to his chest. And then our beloved Prophet ﷺ made dua for him. Allahumma allimhu ta'weel. Oh Allah, give him the knowledge of the meanings of the Quran. Say subhanallah. This was the faizan of Rasulullah ﷺ, which was transmitted from the chest of Rasulullah ﷺ into the chest of Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu. Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas became Imam al-Mufassirin, the major scholar of tafsir among the Sahaba Kiram. His students are Ikrimah, his students are Ada, his students are Mujahid, Imam al-Mufassirin among the Tabi'een, Mujahid radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Anyhow, Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, telling us a similar thing in a slightly different wording. He says, the beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, لم يزل الله ينقلني من أصلاب طيبة إلى أرحام طاهرة صافيا مهذبا لا تتشعب شعبتان إلا كنت في خيرهما. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He transported me from the loins of pure fathers to the wombs of pure mothers. In this hadith we are clearly told that it was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who transported Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Lam yazalillahu yanquluni. It was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who carried me, who transported me in the loins of the pure loins of fathers and pure wombs of mothers. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لا تتشعبوا شعبتان إلا كنت في خيرهما. Every time a family, it was divided. Every time a tribe was branched out into families and households, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept me in the best family, placed me in the best tribe. I want you to think for a moment. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected the lineage of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and we learn from the wording of the hadith of Hazrat Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma, that it was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who was carrying Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the pure wombs and pure loins. And because of this, the beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's grandparents, from the time of Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, till the time of Hazrat Abdullah and Sayyida Amina radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, they never fornicated. That's what I said, right? That's what the hadith tells us. Now how could you think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is keeping Rasulullah in his subtle attention, under his subtle care, in the best rooms, in the best and most pure loins, how do you think he could give Rasulullah a mushrik grandfather? How could you ever assume that any mother and grandfather of the beloved Prophet ﷺ ever went near the ways of shirk? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserved the grandparents of Rasulullah from fornication, think any of the grandmothers and fathers of Rasulullah could ever be mushriks? When the Quran says, إِنَّمَا الْمُشْرِكُونَ نَجَسٌ, the idolaters, these people who make shirk, they are impure. Our Rasul says, all of my grandfathers were pure. Clearly telling us, none of the grandmothers, none of the grandfathers of Rasulullah ever fornicated, or never did they ever do any act of shirk. Rasulullah, let me say, his blessings not only came to this ummah, but because of him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave blessings to all of his grandparents by preserving them from shirk and from fornication. Say subhanallah. This is the meaning of la tatasha'abu shu'badani illa kuntu fi khayrihima. The beloved Prophet ﷺ said, every time a tribe was divided into households, every time a tribe was divided into households, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He kept me in the best tribe. He kept me in the best family. And for this, we have a Sahih Hadith. لوگ کہتے ہیں سنی حدیثیں نہیں سناتے ہیں. قرآن اور حدیث کے علاوہ کچھ سنایا ہی نہیں آپ کو. People say we don't recite Quran and Hadith. We don't prove Mawlid. This is not the Sunnah of Sahaba. عاشقان مصطفیٰ اہل سنت و جماعت, خدا کی قسم, محفل میلاد کرنا یہ عین مصطفیٰ کی سنت ہے. اور اس پر صحیح حدیث, میں اپنے استاد گرامی کی موجودگی میں ایک صحیح حدیث آپ کو سناتا ہوں. صحیح ستہ حدیث کی 6 کتابوں کے اندر جامع ترمذی تو آپ نے سب سنی ہوگی. حضرت ترمذی رضی اللہ تعالیٰ عنہ, آپ کی جامع ترمذی, سنن ترمذی کو اس کو کہتے ہیں, صحیح ستہ کی مستند کتاب. ہر حدیث کے بعد حدیث کا حکم بھی لگایا. آپ ابواب المناقب کے اندر باب فی فضل نبی کے اندر حضرت عباس رسول اکرم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کے چچا آپ کی ایک روایت کو نقل کرتے ہیں. نبی اکرم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کے پاس ایک دفعہ آئے, یا رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم میں نے سنا ہے, یہ مسند بازار کے اندر بھی یہ حدیث آتی ہے, اس کے اندر بھی الفاظ بڑے خوبصورت ہیں. میں دونوں ملا کے, میں آپ کو پورا واقعہ دونوں کو ملا کے پیش کرتا ہوں. حضرت عباس فرماتے ہیں, یا رسول اللہ میں نے سنا صفیہ سے, اپنی ہمشیرہ سے, صفیہ بنت عبد المطلب سے میں نے سنا کہ قریش کے لوگ آپ کے نسب پر تان کرتے ہیں. کہتے ہیں کہ جس طرح ایک کھجور کا درخت ایک پہاڑ کے دامن میں گندگی سے نکلا ہے, اس طرح آپ کا خاندان اور آپ کا گھر جو ہے اس طرح انہوں نے گندی تشبیہ دی. نبی اکرم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے فرمایا, ٹھہرو, بلال کو بلا. آپ سمجھیں اس حدیث کو, مسند بازار اور ترمذی کی دونوں کی حدیثوں کو ملا کے سنا رہا ہوں. آپ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے فرمایا, brothers who understand English, be patient with me. The Buzurg have been patient in English so long. Inshallah, I will put this in English for you as well. نبی پاک صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم چاہتے تو جواب دے سکتے حضرت عباس کو, لیکن وہ بات نہ ہوتی, کیونکہ حضرت عباس کو جواب دے دیں تو صرف عباس کو جواب پتا ہوتا. نسب پہ دان کیا, نسب کو برا بھلا کہا. نبی پاک صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم فرمایا, اس کا جواب میں جلسے کے اندر دوں گا. سمجھو اس بات کو. فرمایا, عباس صرف تجھ کو جواب نہیں دینا, بلال کو بلاؤ اور بلال. حضرت بلال نے بڑی سرور والی آزان دی. صحابہ کرام نے سوچا کہ نہ فجر کا وقت ہے, نہ ظہر کا, نہ عصر کا, نہ مغرب کا, نہ عشاء کا. سرکار آزان دیتے ہیں تو یا شاید جہاد کی وجہ سے آزان دے رہے ہو, اور کیا بات ہو سکتی ہے, تو بہت ضروری معاملہ ہوگا. چلتے بھاگتے ہوئے صحابہ کرام سرکار کی بارگاہ میں پہنچے. اب ترمذی کے حدیث کے لفظ سنو, اور محفل میلاد کو سجانے والوں اپنی قسمت پہ ناز کرو. فقام النبی علی المنبر, میرے مصطفیٰ اپنی شان بیان کرنے کے لیے منبر پر جلوہ افروز ہوئے. اذان دی, بلال نے بلایا, صحابہ کا جلسہ ہو گیا. سرکار خود میزبان مجلس ہے، صدر مجلس ہے، خطیب مجلس ہے، نبی امت ہے. آپ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے اللہ کی پہلے حمد کی تو ہم خطبہ پڑھتے ہیں، پھر آپ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے اللہ کی ثنا کی، ہم تو ثنا کرنے کے بعد میرے آقا نے یہ تقریر کی اور پورا اپنا میلاد بیان کیا. یہ نہ ہو کہ میں یہ روایت بیان کر کے جاؤں، کل آپ کو کوئی بندہ ملے اور آپ سے کہے بھائی آپ سنتی لوگ بڑے بدعتی ہیں، آپ میلاد مناتے ہیں، یہ کبھی رسول اللہ نے کیا ہے. یہ نہ ہو کہ آپ اس کے سامنے چپ ہو جائیں. یہ بڑا مسئلہ ہوتا ہے. آپ کو علماء کرام سال ہا سال دلائل دے کے جاتے ہیں، بتا کے جاتے ہیں، اور اگلا دن آتا ہے تو آپ جواب نہیں دے سکتے اپنے مد مخالف کو. پورے اعتماد اور وثوق کے ساتھ، پوری اوتھینٹسٹی اینڈ انٹیگریٹی کے ساتھ، پوری ریلائبلٹی کے ساتھ میں چیلنج کرتا ہوں ان لوگوں کو جو محفل میلاد کو نہ منانے دیتے ہیں اور محفل میلاد کو برا بلا کہتے ہیں. یہ ترمذی شریف کی حدیث نہیں ہوئی تو میرا ناک کاٹ دینا یا میرا گلا اتار دینا. میرے مصطفیٰ کے الفاظ ترمذی کے اندر موجود ہیں. فقام النبی علی المنبر، میرے آقا ممبر پر جلوہ افروز ہوئے. اس سے بھی زیادہ میں آپ کو تسلی دے سکتا ہوں، اس سے بھی زیادہ تسلی، اس سے بھی زیادہ یقین دلا سکتا ہوں آپ کو میں. میرے آقا ممبر پر جلوہ افروز ہوئے. پھر میرے آقا صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے فرمایا ان اللہ خلق الخلق. یہ میرے آقا کا میلاد ہے، آپ کی زبانی اپنی آپ کی زبانی. آج ہم کسی کا خطاب سنتے ہیں میلاد پر تو سبحان اللہ کہتے ہیں. سوچو نا اس مجلس کا عالم کیا ہوگا جس مجلس کے اندر میرے آقا ممبر پر جلوہ افروز ہو کر سب صحابہ کو اذان دے کر بلوا کر پھر اپنا میلاد اپنی زبانی خود بیان کرتے ہوں. ترمذی شریف کی حدیث چیپٹر ابواب المراقب باب فی صدر النبی صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم، راوی حضرت عباس رضی اللہ تعالیٰ عنہ فرماتے میرے آقا صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے اپنا میلاد خود بیان کیا. میلاد کیا تھا؟ عربی کے اندر حضور کا خطبہ سنے. ان اللہ خلق الخلق، ان اللہ خلق الخلق فجعلني في خيرهم فرقة ثم جعلهم فرقتين فجعلني في خيرهم فرقة ثم جعلهم قبائل فجعلني في خيرهم قبيلة ثم جعلهم بيوتا فجعلني في خيرهم بيتا فأنا خيرهم نفسا وخيرهم بيتا. اللہ تعالیٰ نے جب مخلوق کو پیدا کیا، پیدائش رسالت کی نہیں ہے، مبعثت کی نہیں ہے، 40 سال کے بعد کی بات نہیں ہو رہی، سرکار نے تخلیق کی بات کی ہے. اللہ نے جب مخلوق کو پیدا کیا اس کو 2 گروہوں میں تقسیم کیا اور 2 گروہوں میں جو سب سے اچھا گروہ تھا اس میں مجھ کو رکھا. اب یہ تخلیق کی بات ہو رہی ہے نا. اللہ نے مخلوق کو پیدا کیا تو مخلوق کو 2 گروہوں میں تقسیم کیا. جو سب سے اچھا گروہ تھا اس گروہ کے اندر مجھے رکھا. پھر اللہ تعالیٰ نے ان 2 گروہوں کو پھر 2 گروہوں کے اندر تقسیم کیا اور ان 2 گروہوں میں جو سب سے اچھا گروہ تھا اس نے مجھ کو رکھا. پھر ان گروہوں کو آپ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم فرماتے ہیں کہ اللہ تعالیٰ نے قبیلوں میں تقسیم کیا اور مجھے سب سے اچھا قبیلہ عطا فرمایا. پھر ان قبیلوں کو اللہ نے گھروں میں تقسیم کیا اور اللہ تعالیٰ نے مجھے سب سے اچھا گھرانہ دیا. اب مجھے بتائیں کہ جس کے والدین مشرک ہوں، والدین اگر مشرک ہوتے تو سرکار اس طرح فخریہ طور پر کہتے. آپ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم فرماتے ہیں کہ سب سے اچھا گھرانہ جو تھا نا مکے کے اندر، عبداللہ رامینہ کا گھر، اس گھر میں مجھے پیدا کیا. جان لو انا خیرہم نفسا و خیرہم بیتا. اللہ نے جتنے انسان بنائے ہیں سب سے اچھا گھرانہ مجھے انسانوں میں دیا ہے اور سب سے اعلیٰ و افضل انسان مجھ کو بنایا ہے. میرے آقا کا میلاد نہیں ہے تو اور کیا ہے؟ مسجد نبوی کے اندر میلاد ہے، آذان دے کر بلایا ہے، صحابہ کا جلسہ ہے، ممبر پر جلوہ افروز اگر تقریر کر رہے ہیں کہ سبحان اللہ. Our beloved Prophet صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم in Masjid Nabawi, he sits on his mimbar speaking about the excellence of his lineage, speaking about the virtues of his lineage, speaking about the merits of his lineage, speaking about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserved his lineage, protected him in the best of people, in the best of nations, in the best of eras. The beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَلَقَ الْخَلْقَ فَجَعَلَنِي فِي كَيْدِهِمْ فِرْقَةً. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He created creation, He divided the creation into two groups, and He placed me in the best group. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ثُمَّ جَعَلَهُمْ فِرْقَتَيْنِ فَجَعَلَنِي فِي كَيْدِهِمْ فِرْقَةً. Then He divided the two groups into two more groups, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed me in the best group. ثُمَّ جَعَلَهُمْ قَبَائِلَ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala divided those groups into tribes. فَجَعَلَنِي فِي كَيْدِهِمْ قَبِيلَةً. He gave me the best tribe. ثُمَّ جَعَلَهُمْ بُيُوتًا. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala divided the tribes into households and families. فَجَعَلَنِي فِي كَيْدِهِمْ بَيْتًا. He gave me the best family. فَأَنَا خَيْرُهُمْ نَفْسًا وَخَيْرُهُمْ بَيْتًا. I am the best person to be born. I have the best household. Two things Rasulullah told us. He is in the best household. The household of whom? The house of Abdullah and Amina radiyallahu anhuma. This means that they were pure people. They were never mushrikeen. They were not the people of shirk. Never went near shirk, idolatry. Our beloved Prophet ﷺ would not have mentioned them with so much praise. Would not have mentioned their fadilah. In fact, if you pick up Sahih Muslim, you will find a chapter, Babun fi fadli nasab nabi. Whole chapter on the virtue of the lineage of Rasulullah ﷺ. Tell me, do you take pride in a lineage in which there are mushrikeen? Sahih al-Bukhari Sharif, Muslim Imam Ahmad Sharif, several other books of Hadith. When our beloved Prophet ﷺ was fighting the battle of Hunayn, Allahu Akbar, what a fierce battle it was. Our beloved Prophet ﷺ, with all of his might, all of his courage, our beloved Prophet ﷺ mounted on his horse. When people were running behind, he was running forth. And our beloved Prophet ﷺ was saying this share, this line which is in Sahih al-Bukhari Sharif, أَنَا النَّبِيُّ لَا كَذِبْ أَنَا ابْنُ عَبْدِ الْمُطَّلِبِ أَنَا ابْنُ الْعَوَاتِكِ مِنْ سَلِيمٍ. I am a prophet, and there is no lie in this. I am the son of Abdul Muttalib. Say Subhanallah. Sahih Bukhari Sharif. Tell me, if Rasulullah's grandfather Abdul Muttalib was a kafir or a mushrik, would Rasulullah mention him with pride? Are you understanding? Our beloved Prophet is taking pride in his grandfather Abdul Muttalib. In Ghazwa al-Hunayn, this hadith and this share is in Sahih Bukhari Sharif. أَنَا النَّبِيُّ لَا كَذِبْ أَنَا ابْنُ عَبْدِ الْمُطَّلِبِ. And I am the son of Ateeq. The scholars of hadith, they say, we have 13 women in the grandmothers of Rasulullah ﷺ. 3 of them who gave milk to Rasulullah ﷺ. And the others among the mothers of Rasulullah ﷺ, grandmothers, their name was Ateeqa. Ateeqa was a common name in the mothers of Rasulullah ﷺ. Rasulullah ﷺ, with pride, he is saying, Ana ibn al-Awatiq. I am the son of those women. I am the son of Ateeqas. Now tell me, would Rasulullah ﷺ take pride in a mushrik or mushrika? Our Prophet ﷺ was given the best lineage. Ashiqan Mustafa, Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'at. This is our Aqidah. Rasulullah ﷺ's parents, they have the best lineage. Rasulullah ﷺ's lineage was protected. The wombs of Rasulullah ﷺ's mothers, not only Sayyida Amina, all the way to Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, and Hazrat Hawwa radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Their wombs were protected from fornication and from shirk. Qazi Iyaz, in his Kitab al-Shifa, what a popular book. Qadi Iyad, who doesn't know Qadi Iyad? Qadi Iyad in his Kitab al-Shifa, who doesn't know Kitab al-Shifa? One of the most acclaimed books on the Shama'il and Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ. Qadi Iyad, he mentions there is ijma', there is consensus of the scholars. The soil that is touching the body of our beloved Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in his grave, that soil is greater than the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 12th century from Damascus, the Mujaddid of Syria. Ibn Abidin Shami, his Fatawa Shami, also known as Radd al-Muhtar, Kitab al-Hajj, the section where he's talking about the visitation of the grave of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He also reiterates these words of Qadiyyat. Many other scholars of Sirah and Shamahid, they mention that the soil is touching the body of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in his noble grave, in his blessed grave. That soil which is touching directly his body is better than the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? The arsh of Allah is a creation. It is not a sifa of Allah. It is not an attribute of Allah. It is not a part of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is not an attribute of Allah. It is a creation of Allah. And Rasulullah is the best of creation. Even better than the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why he would sit on the arsh of Allah on the day of judgment. Arsh haq hai masrade. Rif'at Rasulullah ki. Dekhni hai hashr mein izzat Rasulullah ki. The arsh will be underneath Rasulullah. And Rasulullah will be mounted on top of the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? There's nothing shirk in this. Why? Understand? The arsh is a creation of Allah. And Rasulullah is also a creation. And Rasulullah is the best of creation. So therefore Rasulullah is better than the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hadiyat says not only Rasulullah. The soul that is directly touching Rasulullah's body, because of its nisbat with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because of its attachment with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it also has greater virtue than the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ashikane Mustafa, I have never read this point in any book, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me this point in my mind. If that is the maqam of the soul, which is touching the body of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and before I mention this is a point that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala poured into my heart. If you find it in a book, tell me. I'll be pleased if any alim has written this. Our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's body is touching a soil, and that soil of his grave, of his tabarat, it becomes better than the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala according to Qadiyyat. What do you think the maqam of that womb is? The womb that carried Rasulullah for 9 months. The womb in which the fans of Rasulullah were created. The womb in which the eyes of Rasulullah were created. The womb in which the eyebrows of Rasulullah were created. The womb in which the heart of Rasulullah was created. The heart about which Allah says, Alam nashrah laka sadrak. Have we not opened your chest for you, O beloved Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The womb in which the face of Duha was created. The womb in which the hair of one layl were created. The womb in which the best of creation was created. What do you think the maqam of that womb would be? Our beloved Prophet Sallallahu mother. Now you understand the maqam of Rasulullah's parents. The mother that carried Rasulullah in her womb for 9 months. Now you understand, thinking about the biology of embryology, the creation of human being. Imagine when Rasulullah was being created in the womb of his mother. The eyes of Rasulullah, the tongue about which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "O Mahbub, when you speak, it is the wahi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." That tongue was created in the womb of Sayyidah Amina radiallahu ta'ala. What do you think the maqam of that womb would be? That carries the blood of Sayyidah Amina. That carries the blood of Sayyidah Amina radiallahu ta'ala anha. So know for surety and with confidence and yaqeen that our beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's parents, they were not mushriks. Rasulullah said, Allah kept me in the best of people in all times. I have shown you from Sahih Hadiths of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And our beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he was born, you have all heard that famous miracle When he was born, his mother Sayyida Amina radiallahu ta'ala anha, she saw a nur, a light come out of her. Now there are two narrations in the Hakim, the Mustadrak of Imam Hakim. One narration says, when that light came out of Sayyida Amina radiallahu ta'ala anha, it lit up the palaces of Sham, in Basra. And from Makkah, the mother of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sayyida Amina, could see hundreds of miles away. She could see the palaces of Sham in the light of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is another narration. When the nur came out of her, radiallahu ta'ala anha, it lit up the entire earth. This is the second riwayah. Now, our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned it himself. In a Jamaat of Sahaba Kiram, in a Jalsa of Sahaba Kiram, another Jalsa of Milad. You've heard the first one. Another Jalsa of Milad in the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This hadith is narrated by Imam Hakim in his Mustadrak, Ibn Hibban in his Sahih, Imam Bayhaqi in Dalal al-Nabuwah, many other scholars including Imam Jalaluddin Suyuti in al-Khasa'is al-Kubra, and in al-Mawahib al-Dunya. Our beloved Prophet said, سأخبركم عن أفضل أمري دعوة إبراهيم وبشارة عيسى والرؤيا أم التي رأت حين ودعتني قد خرج لها نور أضاء لها قصور الشام. Let me tell you of my beginnings, O Sahaba Kiram. سأخبركم, the kum damir is for Jama. It means he wasn't speaking to one Sahabi, he was speaking to a congregation of Sahaba. سأخبركم عن أفضل أمري, أفضل أمري. Let me tell you of my beginnings, O Sahaba Kiram. I am the dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam. When Ibrahim built the Kaaba, he made the dua which is in Surah Baqarah. Oh Allah, I have built the Kaaba. Now send the Prophet of the Kaaba. رَبَّنَا وَبَعَثْ فِيهِمْ رَسُولًا مِّنْهُمْ. This. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَبَشَارَةُ Isa. I am the good news of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, which he was giving to Awlad Yaqub, which he was giving to the sons of Israel. What was that? إِنِّي رَسُولُ اللَّهِ إِلَيْكُمْ in Surah Saf. إِنِّي رَسُولُ اللَّهِ إِلَيْكُمْ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيَّ مِنَ التَّوْرَاةِ وَمُبَشِّرًا بِرَسُولٍ يَأْتِي مِن بَعْدِ اسْمِهِ أَحْمَدَ. When Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, in a congregation of Sahaba Kiram, his Sahaba, his Hawari, when he said to them, مُبَشِّرًا بِرَسُولٍ يَأْتِي مِن بَعْدِ اسْمِهِ أَحْمَدَ. O Bani Israel, I'm leaving behind the good news. A prophet is coming after me, and his name is Ahmad. Our Prophet ﷺ said, Basharatu Isa, I am the good news of Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. Then the Prophet ﷺ said, وَرُؤْيَا أُمِّ الَّتِي رَأَتْ حِينَ وَدَعَتْنِي قَدْ خَرَجَ لَهَا نُورٌ أَضَاءَ لَهَا قُصُورَ الشَّامِ. And I am that wondrous image, that scene that my mother saw when she gave birth to me. That a light came out of her. That light, it illuminated the palaces of Sham. That was me. And look at the wording, قَدْ خَرَجَ لَهَا نُورٌ. A light came out of her. This is that nur of Rasulullah that was placed in the forehead of Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, about which Imam Fakhruddin al-Razi said that the angels prostrated in reality to the nur of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That nur that was protected in the loins of pure fathers, about which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in al-Quran al-Kareem, وَتَقَلُّبَكَ فِي السَّاجِدِينَ. That nur of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that was carried in the purest of rooms, which Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam called al-Hamin Tahiratin. That nur came into Hazrat Amina radiallahu ta'ala anha, about which Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, حَتَّى وَلَدَنِي أَبِي وَأُمِّي. When that nur came out of him, he sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, حِينَ وَدَعَتْنِي قَدْ خَرَجَ لَهَا نُورٌ. This whole process of preserving Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when that nur came out of her, it lit up the ways and she saw Sham. A third Mahfil Milad, and I'll finish with this. Ghazwa Khaybar, Ghazwa Tabuk, Ghazwa, I can tell you another one, Ghazwa Khaybar, but I don't want to tell you because we're running out of time. Ghazwa Tabuk, everybody remember this. And when you go tomorrow and somebody says, did the Sahaba ever do it? You remember that Sahaba done Mahfil Milad in Masjid al-Nabawi. In front of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In front of the Sahaba kiram. The references for this, I will give you the references for this. I will show you the Milad in the books of Hadith and Tafsir. In the books of Sirah. Don't pick up the books of Sirah. Pick up al-Bidayah wal-Nihaya of Ibn Kasir. Ibn Kasir ko manne walo, uski kitab uthao Ibn Kasir ki al-Bidayah wal-Nihaya. उसने इस महफिल मीलाद का मदीने के अंदर पूरा जिक्र किया है। जिम्मेदारी से कह रहा हूँ। इब्न कसीर, अल-बिदाया वन-निहाया, and his सीरह, सीरत इब्न हिशाम, इमाम सयूती ने खसाइस अल-कुबरा, इब्न al-Jawzi in किताब al-वफा, and many other scholars. They mention that when the beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he returned from the battle of Tabuk, from the expedition of Tabuk, when he returned to Masjid al-Nabawi, before he entered his home, he was in Masjid al-Nabawi praying his nafil. The nafil he would pray when he used to return from a long journey. Our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as he turned around in the congregation of Sahaba kiram, who had just returned from Tabuk, Hazrat Abbas radiyallahu anhu, the uncle of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was only 2 or 3 years older than the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Abbas was only 2 or 3 years older than the beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The uncle of the Prophet I'm talking about. Hazrat Abbas, he said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in this congregation of Sahaba, on this beautiful return in Medina, do you allow me? Uridu an amtadihaka. I want to praise you, Ya Rasulullah. I want to sing your madah. I want to say your madih. I want to sing your qasidah. Our beloved Prophet ﷺ said, Anshid. Abbas, sing what you have to recite, read it. Now this poem is long, but let me just recite some verses to you. The Naat of Hazrat Abbas, Sahabi Rasul, the father of Imam al-Mufassirin, the uncle of Rasulullah ﷺ, where? In Medina Tayyibah, when 1400 years ago, in the company of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Umar Farooq, Usman Ghani, Ali Haidar Karrar, Abu Hurairah, Anas ibn Malik, and these great Sahaba kiram, Hazrat Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he is singing the Naat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and mentioning the Milad of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says, تنقل من صالب إلى رحم تنقل من صالب إلى رحم إذا مضى عالم مضى طبق وأنت لما ولدت میلاد منانے والے ولدت. لوگ کہتے ہیں میلاد کہاں ہے؟ یہ ہے میلاد صحابہ کرام کی زبان میں. وأنت لما ولدت أشرقت الأرض وضاعت بنورك الأفق فنحن في ذلك الضياء وفي النور سبل الرشاد نحترق. اب اس محفل کا عالم کیا ہوگا جس میں ثنا خان حضرت عباس ہے، رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کے چچا ہے، اور صحابہ کا جم غفیر ہے، غزوہ تبوک سے ابھی واپس آئے، ابھی گھروں میں بھی نہیں گئے، ابھی داخل ہوئے مسجد کے اندر. سفر کے بعد نبی پاک صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کی عادت کریمہ تھی گھر جانے سے پہلے 2 نفل ادا کیا کرتے تھے، ابھی وہ نفل ادا کر رہے ہیں. صحابہ کرام اور رسول اکرم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم، صحابہ کی جم غفیر ہے. حضرت عباس فرماتے ہیں یا رسول اللہ اجازت دیں اس خوبصورت محفل کے اندر میں آپ کی نعت سناؤں. فرمایا عباس سناؤ نعت. فرمایا یا رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم تنقل من رحم صالب الى رحم. آپ یا رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم زمانہ گزرتا گیا، نیا زمانہ آتا رہا. حضرت آدم سے لے کر عبداللہ رامنہ تک اللہ تبارک و تعالیٰ نے آپ کو پاک پشتوں سے پاک رحموں کی طرف منتقل کیا. اللہ سبحانہ و تعالیٰ He transported you. The siga is فعل مضارع مجهول. تنقل من صالب إلى رحم. أو beloved Habib صلى الله عليه وسلم نقل ينقل تنقل. siga واحد مذكر حاضر فعل مضارع مجهول. Oh beloved Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, you were being transported. Not that you were moving. You were being transported because Allah was transporting you. As we learn from the hadith of Ibn Abbas, لَنْ يَزَلِ اللَّهُ يَنْقُلُنِي. The beloved Prophet, you were being transported in the loins of fathers to the wombs of mothers. When one era finished, وَإِذَا مَضَى عَالَمٌ بَدَى تَبَقُ. A new generation began. إِذَا مَضَى عَالَمٌ بَدَا طَبَقُوا وَأَنْتَ لَمَّا وُلِدْتَ أَشْرَقَتِ الْأَرْضُ. Oh Mahbub, when you were born, I want you to say this loudly. When you were born. Oh Mahbub, when you were born. Milad of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the words of the Sahaba kiram, when you were born by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, أشرقت الأرض, the earth was lit up for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وضاعت بنورك الأفق. Not only the earth, your nur also illuminated the heavens, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. ये किसी बरेलवी की नात होती ना तो कई फतवे लग चुके होते हैं। मेरे आका सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के चचा है, सहाबी रसूल है, ये सहाबी रसूल का अकीदा है, बरेलवियों के लिए रास्ता खोल गए, इजहार अकीदत का राह दिखा गए हैं कि मुस्तफा का मीलाद शेर में बयान करना है तो इस तरह बयान करना है कि महबूब जब आपकी पैदाइश हुई, जब आपका मीलाद हुआ तो जमीन रोशन हो गई। वाह अशरकतिल अर्दु वदाअत बिनूरिकल उफुक। महबूब आपके नूर से आसमान भी चमकने उठे। सहाबी रसूल का अकीदा है। فنحن في ذلك الضياء وفي النور سبل الرشاد نحترق. Oh beloved Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam, your nur which came out of Sayyidina Aminah radiyallahu ta'ala anha, that lit up the earth and illuminated the heavens. Ya Rasulullah, we are walking in the light of that nur. That is why we are on Islam. That is why we have Iman. That is why we have Quran. Ya Rasulullah, it is your nur. It is your light that gives us Iman. It is your light that gives us Hidayah. Ya Rasulullah, without your light, we could not have the Quran. Without your light, we could not have Iman. Without you, Rasulullah, we would have nothing. ونحن في ذلك الضياء وفي النور سبل الرشاد نحترق. Ya Rasulullah, before you, the pathways were confused. There was darkness. وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين. Before you, Ya Rasulullah, there was ignorance. Before you, Ya Rasulullah, there was light. Before you, Ya Rasulullah, there was darkness. Before you, Ya Rasulullah, there were dark clouds. When you came, Ya Rasulullah, you lit up our ways. You showed us the route to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why kushta ishq wa muhabbat, sarafa adab wa aqidat, markaz nigah nabuwat, imam ahl sunnah azim al martabat, Shah Imam Ahmad Raza Qadri Barakati Barelvi radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he says, "Bakhuda khuda ka yahi bedar, nahi aur koi mafar makar." जो वहाँ पे हो यही आके हो, जो यहाँ नहीं तो वहाँ नहीं. If you want to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, hold on to the door of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah को पाना चाहते हो तो दामन मुस्तफा का सहारा पकड़ लो. अल्लाह भी मिल जाएगा, क़ुरान भी मिल जाएगा, ईमान भी मिल जाएगा. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthen our nisbat with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Why do we attend these gatherings? To strengthen our relation with the noble Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You walk in these gatherings weak in iman, you should walk out full with iman. You walk in gatherings like this weak in amal, you walk out of these gatherings full of amal. You walk in these gatherings with darkness, you walk out with nur. This is the door of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The milad is the door of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you go to the milad, imagine yourself a beggar at the door of Rasulullah. Wallahi, I have come as a beggar. Ya Rasulullah, this is empty. Ya Rasulullah, fill it up. This intention. This is your intention. Ya Rasulullah, this is empty. We have come to your milad, Ya Rasulullah. Fill this up with nur. Fill this up with iman. Fill this up with sunnah. Fill this up with hidayah. Ya Rasulullah, fill it up with your nur. Ya Rasulullah, fill our eyes with nur. Fill our hearts with nur. Fill our hands with nur. Ya Allah, Ya Rasulullah, give us nur to our right. Ya Rasulullah, give us nur to our left. Ya Rasulullah, enlighten our way to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Sallallahu ala Muhammad.